Hey. Hey, everybody. Karen Anderson with the last week in review for 2024. It sounds so space age. And guess what? I'm sick again. Why is anybody surprised? Nobody should be at this point. And I'm only like on day two. So I am feeling quite disgusting and gross and cannot wait to crawl back into bed and under the covers. But I look forward to seeing who joins us today and who wants to share their thoughts about the things that make them hopeful and joyful. And if you're not aware of this program and how this operates, the Week in Review typically is a review of everything we did in the week prior. And that includes informational and educational posts. It includes announcements, articles, a variety of different things. We get your opinion and you get a chance to chat with me and we kind of talk about it. And but in December, it's the 31 days of hope and joy. And we kind of ask these questions that make you think about what makes you hopeful and joyful. So that's what we've been doing all month, and it's really wonderful. And then what happens on Facebook is we do run a contest and people submit their answers, and then we're picking a weekly winner that's winning a gift certificate to our Hope Shop, as well as we pick a winner that is the biggest loser. So whoever didn't win gets a chance to win something as well. And then we'll start back up to our regular scheduled programming that begins in January. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So away we go. But before we do that, see, I think you almost thought I forgot. I need you to click like, right? Click like, clink, or click subscribe. And there's gonna be a little bell, and you want to click that so that you're reminded every time we go live, because it's going to send you a notification, and then you don't have to remember when Mondays at 3 o'clock happen, or other live events, like when we go live with physicians and clinicians and people in the community who have done incredible accomplishments living with AD. It's going to tell you. So then you have an opportunity to hop on. When we have our cooking class that's coming this week, or when we do Qigong every Sunday, you'll be notified. And all you have to do is click the link and you're right into our AHTV YouTube channel. So do that. Do that, because at the end of this, I'm going to ask you to share, because somebody might find this very interesting at some point. It definitely is thought-provoking, I'll tell you that. So let's get started on what happened. I guess it was last Monday on the 23rd. We were talking about what color brings you joy. So, color brings me joy. I'm going to say that what brings me joy is probably, I think I gravitate towards teals and purples. They make me happy. Teal probably because I love like the Caribbean blues, like the ocean. And it's just something about purple. Not sure, but those are the ones I think. And ironically, I don't really wear those colors. I tend to wear, more blacks, but I do like those colors. Is there a color that brings you happiness, Joshua?
Purple and black. Ravens, baby. Ravens.
I could see that. Do you like orange and black then in the spring?
No, I hate orange. I don't
Okay.
know why.
Done do
What's
for you.
interesting is my best friend has this orange T-shirt that he's been wearing for 15 years that he
Yeah.
got at some nuclear training camp or whatever, and I hate it. I
Okay.
hate it. And he wears it and he just smiles, and I just hate the whole thing. It's weird.
Does he look like a traffic cone?
No, no, not at
Oh,
all. It's
it's not that
fine.
bad.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
irritating.
All right. Well, Anne Green says that she likes greens and pinks, kind of like the movie Wicked. Turned out really well for her this year. That green and pink is everywhere about this time of year. All right. Well, good. Let's move on to the next day, and then we'll see if anybody's with us yet. So this would then be December 24th, where we know a lot of people are leaving out cookies for Santa, or carrots for reindeer, or Hanukkah candles to light on the next night. Got my sister and I used to argue about that. Who gets to pick out the candle? Who gets to put them in and light them and the whole nine? And so I always like to go like first, so I would have like, the most towards the end, because that's how I rolled. So the 24th was, what kind of family tradition brings you hope and joy? And Two-Tone Tony says, this was random pool, but all he had to say was Merry Christmas, everyone. So I'm not really sure what tradition brings him joy. And I don't know that I actually have one the night before, like Christmas, because I've always celebrated both to some degree. Um, but definitely in my home, my husband and my stepdaughter, we do Christmas Eve, and that's when we exchange. That's when we do everything. So that's, for sure a family tradition. And um, yeah, so I guess that's it. That's our family tradition. Eat a lot of food and then sit there, roly poly and open presents. Um, so what, anything for you, Josh?
There
Anything stand
were
out you do?
there were snickerdoodles and chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, yeah,
I
those
know,
are good.
I know.
Well, I made chocolate crinkle. Oh, I didn't
I
turn my
don't know
phone
what
off. I'm
that
a bad
means.
person. Well, so I made chocolate crinkle cookies and I got the recipe from Chef Rob because his daughter made me some cookies when Terry and I were in Florida. And but it did not use Chef Rob's recipe because it was like homemade. Like, get some cocoa, mix it with some like baking soda. I'm like, hey, there's already too many ingredients in this. And they tasted amazing. So I made chocolate crinkle cookies really easy, everybody. It's 3 ingredients. You take a packet of don't tell him. It's probably going to get on here. You take a packet of Duncan Hines mix. He's already probably saying, oh God, oh gosh. And you mix it with 1 egg and a container of Cool Whip. Now, the problem with mixing it, like with a mixer, is it's going to get like taffy. And so you might burn out the motor of your mixer. So you got to keep it on low and then like go a little high and then a little low. And then you're like constantly trying to scrape it off of the mixing blades. It's just so sticky. It's literally like taffy. And then you take a scooper, like a melon ball scooper, cookie dough scooper, and you plop one of those balls right into a bowl of powdered sugar, roll it around, and then just place it on the parchment paper. And when they bake, they flatten out and they crinkle. They like crackle and they're already dusted with powdered sugar. And oh my goodness, they're so good. Yeah, they're really good. We
Where
ate
did
all
you
those
find
up.
this recipe?
I Googled crinkle chocolate, milk chocolate crinkle cookies. And when I saw Rob's and I saw how many ingredients and then I got intimidated, I went and Googled it. And then it was like easy recipe, 3 ingredients only. I was like, I can do that. So I did that. That's what I did. Worked out really well. I also made, this is a funny story. So I also made, I think I've shared it before in one of the support groups. I also made my turkey in a crock pot, which was so good. Like you just sprinkle Lipton's onion soup mix around it and get it all up underneath the breast skin. And it was like 5.5 pounds. I let it cook on like medium for like 6 hours or something. And it just keeps it so moist the whole time. And I hunted high and low for boxes of stuffing that I know I bought because I remember reaching down and grabbing them. I know that I bought them. I know it. I still don't know if I wrapped them. I don't think I would have gone that far, but there's still a chance because we haven't done Christmas exchange with my stepdaughter yet. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're like in a bag under the tree. So we had rice and pierogies and turkey. It just was very odd, very, very odd Christmas Eve dinner. But, all you can do is laugh, right? What are you going to do? Hmm.
Sounds like
Anybody
fun.
with us yet?
Molly
Anybody
says
here?
hello from the road.
Hello, Molly from the road and Mama, because I know, and Dave. I know everybody's together.
James.
I'm sorry, James. Why did I say Dave?
I
I
don't
must
know.
have looked at the word Dave. I don't know. It's James. Thank you for correcting me. So sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. We're moving on to 25. Day 25. And I'm not sure where the words are on this.
What is your favorite holiday story
Just gonna
that
go with
brings you
that.
hope and joy and why?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm muted.
Miles, what happened there?
No, I'm not.
Hmm. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that the winner of that day was Tabby Joe, and her favorite holiday story is "It's a Wonderful Life" because she says it really gives her perspective. And well, story, I don't know. Like, I have a story. I like the TV shows. Oh, I did watch Spirited with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. I almost jumped the shark on it, but I stuck it out because I didn't think it was a very good musical. It was too much singing, but then it was really funny. I mean, the adult humor that's buried in it is pretty funny, but still not the best Scrooge. I mean, the number one is Bill Murray, of course. Like, great, so funny. Um, and then, of course, I love Home Alone. Like, it leaves my gut in stitches. Every time someone gets hurt, I say this every year, it brings me so much joy when that iron swings down and hits that guy in the head. I love every splits. I am like wheezing. I have to push pause. Makes me very, very happy. I don't know what that says about me, but yeah. And it's your turn.
And
What
it's my
holiday story?
turn. So this year, I was recommended the movie White Christmas. I've never seen it
Oh,
before, right?
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and we watched that at the after dinner, and I was
Yep.
charmed the entire way through. I had no
Oh,
idea that this was such a funny. It's so funny. It's
yes.
ridiculous
Yes.
the whole way through,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And when I had remarked to them, my buddy and his mom, who were the ones left over,
Uh-huh.
and watching with me, and I was like, we made movies differently back then. We
Hmm.
asked so much more from our actors, our entertainers. They
Yeah.
had to be they had to be willing to sing, they'd be willing to dance. Like that's so
Hmm.
much more than what we're asking
So
today,
much.
which is like, hey, can you
Right.
remember this?
And
Now
stand in front of a green
say it,
screen.
please. Right? Oh my
Right.
goodness.
Exactly. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Auto tune their
Mm.
voices. Everybody can sing now. Mm.
Exactly. 100%. Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on that. All right. For the sake of my sinuses, let's move on to the 26th. What side dish brings you joy? Well, it's toss up for me. I like sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes with a little bit of crushed pineapple in it. So you got to mash them. Throw a little bit of crushed pineapple, a little bit of orange juice, lots of cinnamon and sugar, and then you top it with the mini marshmallows. That and stovetop stuffing. But when it comes to Jewish holidays, it is something called kasha all the way. Kasha and bows, one of my favorite things. I could eat an entire bowl of that. And I made kugel, which is a casserole. I did a cheese kugel this year. So it was wide egg noodles that you cook, and then you add to it, like, it's like 4 eggs. It's like so bad for you. 4 eggs and like quarter cup of butter. It's so much. And then uh cottage cheese, sour cream, cream cheese. So if you're lactose intolerant, you're screwed. Well, you mix all that up and you pour it all over the noodles and you bake it, and it's so good. It's so good, but you are going to blow up, and produces a lot of air in everybody's belly all night long. But that's like my favorite for sure. Karen Heichel likes apples and wine, which is also kind of sort of seen in some of the Jewish holidays. Like we do apples and wine with nuts, and that is called haroset, and that is used kind of like to represent mortar. We do that at Passover. We eat that with matzah, so it's like the mortar that held the bricks together. Apples and wines, very divine. You saw
All
what I
right, so
did
I
there.
just I want to make sure I'm following correctly.
Yeah.
All of the side dishes are your favorite.
Yeah, I like green beans with the mushrooms, cream mushrooms. Yeah, I like to do that. I don't do Brussels sprouts. I will not do a side dish of, I don't care how you cook it. You can caramelize. You add sugar and chocolate syrup. I am not eating a Brussels sprout. It's just it smells so bad. I just can't do it. Other than that, yeah, I think I'm pretty good. I don't like stuffing with oyster or livers in it. I like my stovetop. I like it processed really good. Mm.
We had air fried sweet potatoes, and they turned out
Mm.
amazing.
That sounds good.
Yeah, very, very good. And I didn't even like I tried the apple cinnamon butter thingy that was
Okay.
supposed to go with it, I guess. I don't know, but I
Okay.
didn't care. I'm not a sauce or a butter person, so I
Yeah.
liked them the way they were. They were mushy and sweet, and they went perfectly well with
Yeah.
ham.
Oh,
That's
you
what
had
we
ham.
had:
Okay.
spiraled honey glazed ham.
Yeah.
I brought back so
Very good.
much. It was delightful.
I ate so much at night that I was like in pain. Like it just hurt, but everything tasted so good. It's like, you need to stop, but it's just I was happy, and it just brought me so much joy to eat it all. Not the turkey, not the, oh, my mother made brisket, which was incredible. So she makes it like a week before, and then she puts it back in the pot like the day of and gets all that grease out of there because it's frozen. So she scrapes it off. It was God, it was so good. And I'm not like a big brisket or turkey person, but this brisket was, it was good. She hit it out of the park. It's yummy.
Delicious.
Very good.
Hi, Velda.
Hey, Velda, how are you? Still waiting on news from our postal service when I can ship to you, but evidently cannot still. I'm sure you guys
Mm.
aren't going to be in backlog for a long time. So sorry about that.
Molly says that her favorite side dish is champagne.
I was waiting for what does that go on? No, it goes into her mouth. I get it. I get it. I did Jazzberry, which is from Bordy Vineyards, local vineyard here. And it's like it's almost like a blueberry Moscato. God, it's good. I only had like one glass, very big. I was not I was not feeling anything really after that. It goes downhill very fast for me. My mother did peach. We got her some peach wine, and she too, like the two of us, does not take a lot at all. It was entertaining. It's very entertaining. Yeah. So yeah. All right, we are moving on to day 27. Da, 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 da. Who's your favorite superhero that brings you hope or joy and why? I'm sorry. I'm going to go with Wonder Woman or Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, which I know that you do not know who that is. That's okay. They bring me joy, immense joy. Because I used to play Electra Woman and Dinah Girl. My sister could be Dinah Girl. I had to be Electra Woman because she was, better and older. And um, and I like Wonder Woman. I like spinning around with my gold lasso. So yeah, that's mine. Do you have one? You're thinking. You're intense thinking, or you muted.
I'm also typing, and I don't want that clatter to
Oh,
come through. Hi,
gotcha.
Melissa.
Hey,
Let's
Melissa.
see. You know, some people don't like Superman because they think he's too powerful, and I get that. You know, he is Superman.
Yeah,
But if ever there was a hero that could have taken over the world and didn't, it's him.
right.
You
Yeah.
know, and I like when they get into some of the interesting stories where, for example, him and Batman switch bodies, and
Oh, I think I remember that.
well, for the first time ever, hey Christina, and for the
Hi.
first time ever, Batman realizes how dumb he is compared to Superman. Right? Like he starts processing information and he knows things that Superman knows, and it's all happening so fast.
Mm-hmm.
His how well his hearing is, how well he can see, the fact that
Yeah.
he feels like he's floating even when he's standing on the ground.
Yeah.
And just like that, he's just like, oh my god, I'm in the body of a god, right? And he's like, this can't be. And then they switch back or what have you, and Superman says nothing. He enjoyed the vacation of the silence of the human body.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, you know what? Pam agrees with you. Pam Seal, I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. Seal, Ceol, says Superman, of course. I mean, just look at the S on his chest. It says it all. That's what she said. So, yeah, I kind of dig
And
Superman too.
it's the symbol of hope in
Yeah.
Kryptonian. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 All right, where am I off to now? Now I'm off to day 28. Oh, goodness. I would have thought this was for ugly sweater day, but it's not. Those actually aren't that ugly. All right, if you could spend time with anyone this holiday season, who would it be and why? Sandy says she wanted to spend it with her husband. Sandy Owlette said she'd want to spend it with her husband, Rusty. He passed away 13 years ago. And I think a lot of people may look to that type of experience. I would love to, would have, I mean, my son sits in my father's chair, so it wasn't a horrible evening until we started breaking out videos of my sister's wedding and my weddings. And then you see and you hear the person that you love and miss. And then it's like, then it's tough. But yeah, I think that's who I'd want to be with. Do you have an answer for that?
I spent my holidays with the people that I
You
always
did
spend
it.
my yeah, my friends and family.
There you go.
It's
All
very
right.
simple. I'm a simple man.
Yeah. All right. Before we get to the last one, just want to remind you guys Survivor Series. Listen, on certain Saturdays during the month, we feature individuals in the community, whether you are a patient/survivor or you are a caregiver or you lost a loved one. We want to hear your story. And there's a couple different ways that you can share your story. You can do it in written format. Although it's going to eventually end up on our YouTube channel, which is a very public channel, and it's going to be read in not my voice, in some computer voice. So if you do written, it's ending up there anyway. Or you can do a pre-recorded video, or you can go live, which is really the most fun way because then if people have questions, they can interact with you and ask you those questions and just get to know your story a little bit more. And I'll just say that, survivor stories are very validating for others that are listening because you tend to bring up some things that you've experienced that we, the audience, can also relate to. And when you hear that from somebody else for the first time, it's mind blowing. It really is. And for those telling the story, it can be very therapeutic. A lot of people say they don't think they can do it. And then when they do it, they're just so happy that they did it. They realize that the thought about doing it was more, I guess, emotional than it was actually doing it. So I encourage you, if you'd like to share your story, we would love to share it. We share it on our YouTube channel, which again, public open channel. Those links get shared on Facebook, which is our private, I mean, our public page, and they're going to get shared everywhere. I mean, people tend to like to want to share these stories with family and friends because it helps explain to them in other words what they went through as well. So all you have to do is click on the form, fill that out, and depending on how you want to share your story, either Molly or Joshua will be in touch with you. We would be honored to have that. Okay, last date.
Hold on. Hold on. You're going
What?
too fast, like you
Yes.
always do.
My sinuses, my
I hear
head.
you. I hear you. And yet, still,
I need a
Velda said,
fan.
I love Wonder Woman.
I'm so glad she loves women. It's nice to have somebody agree with me. Oh, God. I
And
just need cold air for a minute on my nose. Yes.
Melissa says, did I hear it correctly? Turkey, brisket, poultry, and cacao?
Cacao? What?
What is that word?
Chocolate? No, Duncan Hines, not real cacao. I
Okay.
think that's what you mean, right?
I'm not
Yeah, no,
sure.
we
I don't
did
know what that word
turkey,
is.
turkey and brisket all within the same week.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was a lot of protein going on. All carbohydrates pretty much this past Saturday night, beyond the brisket. There was noodle kugel. There was, yeah, what do we have? Then there was the kasha with the bows. The kasha is good for you because that's a really good grain. And then there was, I don't remember. I don't remember. My head hurts,
Right
but it
on.
was a lot. We were like, oh my God, it's another carb. It's another carb. I didn't even care because it was so good. It's all right. I'm burning it off with my fever. Okay. Day 29, everybody. Day 29. Which favorite Broadway musical or music group that brings you joy? First year I've seen the graphic be something different. And my guess is that this graphic is Pirates of Penzance. And I would say, without a doubt, it is the one and only that is launching its North American tour in my city in November of 2025. And I will be there, third row, dead center, and waiting outside for them to come outside. For my 15th time, will be Phantom of the Opera. Oh, yes, I do love that. I do. I'm actually going to try to send them a letter because it's going to be my 10th like aortiversary in that year. And I really, really, I just want to go backstage. I just want to see the costumes and see the wigs. I just want to meet the Phantom with the mask on. And I know I'm asking a lot and I really won't be crazy, but I want to so bad. What I wouldn't give to just ride in the boat on the stage. And I know it's not the same as watching it, but God, I love that musical so much. So I'm so excited. I want November to be here so soon next year. I just I can't say enough about how amazing that show is to me. It just means so much to me. Mm. And then sometimes it's bad because then they make changes and I notice every change. I notice if they're standing in a different location on stage. I noticed if the hair has been curled differently. I noticed I noticed like where their microphone is placed. I notice the curtains if they go up on the wrong time. I'm so in tune with this show that I'm reading script like mouthing it the entire time. And it's so hard for me not to sing. But I don't want to ruin it for anybody else. But I'm so can you tell I'm excited? So excited.
I mean, I
It's my
want to
favorite.
applaud your restraint.
Well, I don't know that I will have it this time because I know where to meet them now. I met the guy who played Michael Jackson in MJ, and I met people very recently. It was somebody else I took pictures with. Of course, I can't remember because my head hurts, but certain plays now I know where to go, know how to wait for them. I don't want to autograph. I just want to take a picture, and I like to just tell them that because I'm big corny nerd. That's what you're going to say. This is a job for them. I respect that. I get it. It's when I see it in matinee, it's the first one of the two that they're doing that day. And then they got to do it again the next day. And they did it 2 days before that, and I get that. And then they got to pack up and get on a bus and travel to the next city. But they don't know the impact that it could have on somebody watching it. And I can recall smells of the first time I saw it and it brings emotions. For me, it's I can't even believe I'm alive to get to see it for the 15th time. Like that blows my mind away. And I just try to hope that they understand that don't really take for granted the impact that you have on somebody. You could be the one person that has a child that sits there and says, that's what I'm going to do. when I get older. I mean, and the arts are just so important. Even if you don't like musicals, they're just so important. And I just want them to know that I really appreciate the job that they do. And I'll probably cry because I am a dork. I cried when I was in London and gave the same speech. I just can't help it. I can't
I
help
feel
it.
like
They
if
mean
I
so much
try
to me.
really hard, I can get you to cry right now.
Probably so. So let's not do that because then I really will have snot bubbles and it'll be just gross. Look, Colleen Boudai, she gets it because, or Boudet, I'm butchering it. I don't never knew exactly how to pronounce it. Lion King is her favorite, and that's coming up soon. And that is a phenomenal musical too. Different, very different. But number one, it's Disney. So anything Disney touches is like, Disney magic. But to see the people come out like these animals and they walk down the aisles past your face, you're like in amazement. Like this, like you start to really think that you're sitting there looking, it's just so good. It's so good. I love musicals. Can you tell? I love them so
Mm-hmm.
much.
Mm-hmm.
What did I just see recently? Oh my gosh. And it wasn't a musical. God, I can't believe I can't remember it, and I just saw it. And I don't think people, I don't know if my mother really liked it, but um I just saw did I take it off? No, I did. I just saw it, I think in December. I can't remember. Oh, Life of Pi, which I never saw the movie. I
What?
never I never saw the movie. I thought it was just about a dude on a raft with a lion. Like I didn't get it. I was like, "Oh, sounds dumb."
It is a
But when
magical movie.
I have to see the movie now because it's not a musical, it is a play through and through. And I don't do great with plays, but it was so good. Just so many thoughts. It just left me sitting there after it ended, like thinking, and just it was really good. I liked it a lot. Not more than Phantom. No, 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 no. I have a list. I've seen a lot, and nothing I don't think will ever top that. I mean, Jersey Boys came close. Um, Miss Saigon. It's right. It's like Phantom and Miss Saigon's like right there, right there. That one was also amazing. That's done. So Conley likes Lion King. Do you have a favorite? Is there something you love?
Um, you know, I wouldn't say I have a favorite, but I have seen some musicals. I've had
Hmm.
girlfriends drag me to these things before. I saw
Has it been that big of a
Annie Get
hardship?
Your Gun, and I saw Mamma Mia
Oh,
in Vegas.
Mamma Mia is good
Yeah,
too. That's a good one too.
I was very charmed by Mamma Mia. I thought that was
Yeah,
hilarious. Yeah.
yeah, that's a good one.
Because
That is good. Come, yeah.
I remember leaving the thing and looking at this girl and going, so she's not sure who her dad is,
Right,
and it's one of these men, and you
right.
like this story,
Yes,
right on. I
because it
was just
doesn't
like,
matter.
you're not allowed to, say things, and I get it because you shouldn't,
Oh, right.
right? Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you want to go see a funny one, go see Mrs. Doubtfire. Actually, the touring company, the guy who plays Mrs. Doubtfire and his wife on stage are husband and wife. So they have the best ad lib banter, and he's a comedian. And they are, I mean, they were crack up while they were performing, and that gets me every time too. Like I just squeal and think that's great when people ad lib and lose it. And I love that. That was very funny. I didn't think it would be. And I really like that too.
All
Yeah,
right.
anything with dancing, I love because that's what I wanted to do. Really. If I had to do it all over again, it's between that or being in medical. One of the two. So,
Mm.
all
So
right. Well,
Melissa here is looking to
yeah.
clarify what she said.
Okay.
She thought that you were explaining that the animals were bird and cow, and her
Oh,
imagination and visual. She said, "I thought I heard her call her food bird and cow together." So I was
or
just
cow?
wondering, yeah,
Cow bird?
how what
Yeah.
that is. And then she said
Yeah.
ABBA for the music group or Broadway
Yeah.
musical.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, my cousin lives in California, and so the first musical I saw was A Chorus Line, which is still absolutely one of my favorites. Different category, like not overall favorite, but that's what got me into wanting to try to pursue that when I got older. And then when I turned 18, this Phantom of the Opera came out, and I got plane tickets to go anywhere, and I chose California, which my parents knew I would do because my cousin lives there and I could, stay with her. And she took me to see it, and I just was like, I don't want to see an opera. Oh, I want to see. And I bawled like a baby and just thought it was amazing. And she just set me off on this path for quite a few years. I was constantly booking to see this show. I saw it in DC, New York, many times, London, Maryland. I mean, so many times, California more than once. So she's a subscriber and I'm a subscriber. So we always call each other when we get the announcement to see which ones are the same and which ones are different. We always call each other to be like, did you see this? I did. Did you like it? I did. I didn't. And it's just a lot of fun to chat with her about that. That's fun to have that in common. So that's all I have to say about that. All right. Events. Look, I don't have a link to one of the events on here. Oh, let me refresh it because I just added it. And it's my bad, and I will have it up today. But this Thursday, we do have a hangout. And in order to join a hangout, which is just what you think it is, bunch of people hanging out in a closed private setting, you need to sign up for a support group meeting. Then you will get the details about how to click a link to get into the hangouts. That's happening at 2, but 6 p.m., it's also the Aortic Kitchen. And I cannot remember what it is. So I have to create the post. I will have that up. Maybe Josh, you can shed some light on it.
I feel like he told me,
I feel like I
and
have it.
and I can't remember because I was so enthralled with New Year's brunch the last time.
Yeah. Um, okay, it's pasta.
Oh,
Pasta.
oh yes, that's right,
Yes.
pasta. He was
Yeah.
talking about, well, after we wrapped our last show, he was telling me about
Mm-hmm.
this, and he's like, and I found this great new pasta that I'm trying, and it's just not working well.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he's been experimenting. I can't wait to hear what he comes up with.
Well, this whole like year is going to be really exciting because then on the 16th, it's everything that you can do with oatmeal, which I think is also interesting. In February, we have 2 events, and one is about cherries, and the other one is about Mexican food. And then in March, we have a St. Patrick's Day, I guess Irish themed meal, and then one in Spain. So that's interesting. He's kind of taking us across the globe, which I kind of like. That is very fun for me. I can't wait to learn all these different dishes from different cultures and different places. So when that's highlighted in red, you'll be able to click that link and see all the information. Again, if you just click subscribe and click the bell, you're going to get notified about that. And that's at 6 p.m. Eastern this Thursday. We do have our first caregiver support group meeting this Saturday coming up at 10 a.m. That is a separate sign up link because caregivers have a private support group meeting, meaning no patients allowed, no survivors allowed. Okay. We have our Qigong on Sundays. We have our Spanish support group meeting. Um, Depending on who signs up for that. We also have another caregiver support group meeting on Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then we have our general open for everybody Aortic Hope and Aortic Bridge support group meeting always on the first Tuesday of the month at at 12 p.m. It's on the 7th. So you can see the list goes on and on. We have a couple different things this month. I know we're going to have aortic artist, and I don't see that date just yet because she's putting together exactly what we're going to make. You can still have my cup here that I have not baked yet. I'm bad. It's the holidays, but I didn't bake my cup, but I can't wait to bake my cup. So there's a lot of fun things that are coming up in the month, including I think we have a bereavement support group meeting that needs to be added. So yeah, we have a live event. I think Jack Crow, not a live event. It's going to be a pre-recorded event that Jack Crow is doing with some physicians, and so we'll get a chance to see that once that's finished. And Jack Crow runs the Facebook page Aortic Athletes in case those of you are interested in checking out a group that really is focused upon how you can enhance your athleticism while having aortic disease. But of course, check everything out with your physician and hopefully build that program with them. And you're also going to start seeing some more information share with you about Rock from the Heart because they do have their first event coming up for 2025, the 3rd weekend of February. And so beginning next week, we're going to start sharing a lot of information with you about that. And then they have a second one in May. So everybody, I have been going
Oh,
over all the, yes.
before you get into your closing, also, we have a few seats left open for the 8-week mindfulness course.
Yeah, that's a
We'll
great
go ahead and
course.
be sending out a link to that right after the show, as well as
Mhm.
our uh, support group feedback form that's also going to go out. So two things: one to fill out if you're going to be interested in mindfulness, and one to let us know your final thoughts of the year for support groups and how we might make things a little bit better for everyone.
So important. We need your feedback because that's what really helps us continue to be the best we can for you and give you the experiences that you need the most. So please consider filling that survey out for us. Uh, yeah. Okay. Mindfulness, great course. I've taken it. Um, I can't say anything negative. I can only say positive. It was very calming. I learned a lot of different techniques to uh, really take down the stress and the anxiety. And our leader, Tom Basserier, I believe, he's got certifications and has been doing this for a
He's
very
been
long
doing it
time
for 40 something
for like
years. Yeah.
ever. Yeah. I mean, he knows what he's doing, and he not only just provides the guidance to help meditate or to provide tools on how to be more mindful, but a lot of poetry, some readings and stuff. So it's a accompaniment, which is really great
Mm-hmm.
to the course. So I've been putting together numbers for our annual report, which should be out in the next week or two. And I just want to say, it started off as an organization that was built around providing inspirational quotes, has grown, I mean, in ways that probably just seem like a dream to myself and the original founders, and it's really become a reality. You've really allowed us in 23 to show you how you could be all that you could be in 2023, and in 24, how you could be more in 24. And 2025 is going to be the year of helping you ace your healthcare journey. It's a very important initiative that I think you're really going to I think it's going to really resonate with you, and hopefully will resonate for you in your day-to-day dealings with your physicians and clinicians. But I just wanted to, one of what will be another message to everyone, thank all of you. I mean, without you, there wouldn't be us. Right. So this really was a selfishness that turned into selflessness. Everybody that's part of this organization, they do what they do because if we can help just one person, well, that can in turn help many. And everything we do is based upon what you guys need. So we're always here for you. We always love the feedback. And I'm super excited of what is going to come in 2025. And I just wanted to say, have a wonderful and safe new year. Be safe. And I guess I'll be seeing you next year. Does this sound weird? 2025. It's very space age
Hold
like.
on, hold on. So Melissa
Yeah.
has some stuff here about uh, operas. She said at the Schubert, when you were mentioning that you saw it
Mm-hmm.
out there, she said that's
Mm-hmm.
gone now.
What is
The
the Schubert?
Schubert, yeah.
It
She
changed
said the
hands.
Schubert was a great venue. She saw
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ
Yeah.
Superstar
Yeah, it
at the
was.
Aquarius back in the hippie days. Tommy was good also, and Cats at the Schubert.
That's where I saw a
Mm,
course line. Yep. Yep. On the
mm.
balcony, front row. Memories. Okay. All right. That's it. I'm going to go now and take some NyQuil early because I have got to get this pressure out of my head. And I hope you guys, again, have a wonderful, safe holiday. Don't forget to click like, click subscribe, click the button, the bell so that you're notified when we go live. Thank you again for all of your participation. I hope that you've enjoyed the 31 Days of Hope and Joy, which will be ending tomorrow. And we'll see you again in 2025. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.